Hello everyone, this is Mr. Mulley on his next maths lesson. I have put this for year 6, but obviously anyone in year 5 who's practicing long division can also have a go at this. I hope you are enjoying all of the videos and that you're all keeping safe. There are lots of amazing videos out there, and even if it's for a different year group, you can still try out some of those videos because there are lots and lots of different ones that you can try and learn from as well. So here is my next video, and it's through the maths lesson that I've given you this week. And I know sometimes we may have forgotten a little bit and why we do certain processes. We had put PowerPoints on the website, but this one's really going to go through how to do it. Okay, so today what we're going to be doing is to solve division problems using long division. Now I always like to go through how our success criteria. So today, first one, I can find 2, 5, and 10 times the number to help estimate. Now, one of the things, well, I'll go through that later, why it's really important to do that, but it really does help when you're trying to solve long division. I can subtract from the number, and that will make sense when we're doing it. We can bring the number down, which that will also make sense, and then we can follow the same process until I have found the answer. So let's go through the very first one here, and as you can see, I put my success criteria on the side here so you can always remember. So my question is 9,137 divided by 43. Now some of you may already be looking at this thinking, this is definitely going to have a remainder. And how do I know that? Well, I already can see from the lot it's an odd number. That's number 7. Normally, and I'm looking at 43, I'm thinking 3 times table, there's not really much that could go there apart from 27. But we'll have to find out. If there is a remainder, I'll show you how to convert it into a fraction, and then I will also show you how to do it with decimals as well. Now, let's go through the first one. So I'm just going to draw this out. So 9,000. This takes a little bit longer because I'm not using one of my interactive whiteboard pens. I have to use my mouse, as you can see by the numbers. But here we go. Right. So I've just set that up. So my very first part of the success criteria is I can find 2, 5, and 10 times the number. Okay, so the reason why I do this, so let's do this together. So I'm going to do 2 times 43 equals 86. I know that really easily. That's a really quick way of doing it. I've just doubled it, and I'll explain in a minute why I do it. 5 times 43 equals. Now, I don't know that I'm actually thinking at the top of my head. Because well, unfortunately, I don't. But I can do, if I do 10 times 43, and I'm using my mathematical knowledge here, I know that's 430. Now, what's really simple is that I know 5 times is half, 10 times the number. So I just need to half 430 to work this out, which is going to be 215. Okay, now the reason why we do this, and I'll just make that really, if I just highlight that all, the reason why I do this is that it helps us estimate. So I'm looking here, how many 43s, and I'll show you an example. How many 43 go into 9? Right, I know that nothing goes in there. Now I'm just putting the 0 there as a place value holder. Okay, this just makes sure that you don't make a mistake. That sometimes we do. Oh, how many 43s go into 9? Sometimes we don't. We put the wrong number in the wrong place. So it's really important that we set it up correctly. So now I can see how many 43s go into 91. Right, so looking at my estimation over here, I've already done 2 times 43 equals 86. Okay, I don't need to check anything else. I see that 3 times 43 is going to be far too big for it. So I'm going to put my 2 here, like that, and I'm going to put my 86 underneath. Okay, and then we need to subtract. Okay, I'm going to subtract that. I know that we can do it that way, but already I can see the 91 and 86 are very close together, so I'm going to put a 5 here because I know that's what it equals. Now the next thing is that I can bring the number down. Okay, so I'm going to bring this number down, which is 3, and it comes down to here. Oh, sorry, it's a dodgy looking 3, but that's okay. So now I've got to work out here how many 43s go into 53. Right, it's got to be 1 because already I know 2 times 43 is too large, so that's going to put another 43 here. Okay, and I'm going to subtract it, which equals 10. Then I've got to keep going, as you see, keep following the same process until I have found the answer. So that's 7, going to come all the way down, which is going to be here. Right, so how many 43 is going to 107? Now, I can see here, it's got to be in between 2 and 5. I've got 2 times 43, which is 86, but I need to get as close as I can to 107. So I'm just going to check 43 times 3. Okay, so 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 3 is 12. Right, so that's the answer. Okay, that's too big. Okay, but this is why I use the estimation. Instead of just random guessing at numbers, oh, that could be 4, it could be 3. Well, I can already see here that which numbers are closer to it by using this. Now, that's too large. So I'm just going to cross that out, and I'm going to put 2 here, like that. And I'm going to subtract 86 from this, which is actually going to be 7 take away 6 is 1. And then I'm just 10 take away 8, which equals 2. So actually, I've got a remainder 21 here. Now, in order to convert this into a fraction, and I will do decimals next week with you as a little video, but in order to convert this into a fraction, it's really simple. Like in a fraction, our denominator, begins with D, is going to be our divisor, okay, which is 43. Divisor and denominator. So I'm going to have 43 here. Okay. And we already know my answer here is it's going to be 212. It's got to be over 43. Now my remainder becomes my numerator because that's what's left over. So I'm going to put 21 over here. And that's how you do long division. Okay. Now, what I want to do is show you a example SAT style question that you may get, which is going to involve a bit of multiplication as well because it isn't normally just division. So, over here, Adam is making booklets. Each booklet must have 34 sheets of paper. He has 2 packets of paper. There are 500 sheets of paper in each packet. How many complete booklets can Adam make from 2 packets of paper? So first of all, I always draw it out just to help me. So I'm going to draw my 2 packet of paper, which has 500 in it, of pieces of paper. Okay. But actually, how many packets I've got? I've got 2 packets. Okay. So I'm just doing this because it really helps me visualize it. Not everyone has to do it this way. Sometimes you might already see it, but this really helps me to visualize problems. So I've got 2 packets, that's 500. So overall, I know I've got 1,000 pieces of paper. Okay, but each booklet must have 34 sheets of paper. So I need to now divide my 1,000 by 34. Okay. Because each booklet needs that. So why don't you have a go? I'm just going to pause it there and move, and so I can then set up the working out, so you don't watch me typing it out, but we can then have a go at solving this one. So I've just started setting up. I've done it on a new page. If you're not sure of my success criteria, please go back and look at it. This will be on the website as well, just to help you. But here we go. So again, I'm going to follow what I did earlier, and I'm going to do 2 times 34, which is just going to be a double, so that's going to be 68. I'm going to do 5 times 34, and I'll do 10 times 34. Again, if you can't work out what 5 times 34 in your head, you could write it down and work it out, or I'm just going to do 10 times 34 equals 240, and then all I need to do is half this number, because 5 is half of 10, which equals 170. Okay, so now I can try and solve this. Now, how many 34s go into 1? Okay, well, that's going to be 0. Then I look at across this 2 here. How many 34s go into 10? Well, they're still going to be 0. So now I'm looking at how many are going to go into 100. Okay, so I can see here that 2 times 34 equals 68. So I'm going to try and see if 34 times 3 gets me closer to 100. Now, some of you may already think, oh no, it's already going to be higher, but let's just have a check anyway. So 4 times 3 equals 12. 3 times 3 is 9. Add the 1 equals. Okay, so that's straight away too high. So, but I know that this is 2, and I'm going to put 68 underneath to subtract. Okay. Now, I know my number bonds up to 100, so I can count up. Simple things. I'm just going to show you how you can count up. I might draw a number line. I'll put 68 up to 100. This is another way that you can subtract in your head. You can do the column method, but just so this could be how you can do it mentally. I'm going to add to the next 10, which is add 2 equals 70. This is what I do in my head with my number bonds. Then I'm going to add a big jump all the way to 100, which is going to be plus 30, like that. So then all of these equals 32. So 100 take away 68 equals 32. And I'm going to bring the 0 down like this. Okay, so let's move this all down. Just so you know. Now, I can see here that this is now 320. So how many times is 34 going to 320? So 10 times 34 equals 340. That's close, but it's still too large. So I'm going to do 34 times 9. I'm going to do 34 times 9. Just going to rub this out. So 34 times 9. Now some of you might be able to do this a different way. You know that actually this is 134 less than 340, but that's okay. We can do it this way as well. So 4 times 9 is 36. 3 times 9 is 27. Add 3 equals 30. Okay. So that's where it's going to be. So I'm going to put 9 here. And I'll put 306. Okay. And I can borrow from here. So then 10 take away 6 is 4, 1, and 0. Okay, so that's my remainder, 14 left over. However, this one you don't need to know what the remainder is. Because if you read the question, it says, how many complete booklets can Adam make from 2 packets of paper? So he can make 29 complete ones because that's what 34 into 1,000 goes with 14 sheets of paper left. So my answer is going to be 29. I hope that's helped with long division. Make sure that you keep working hard over the bank holiday weekends. Make sure you keep safe, and I will be doing another video for you next week. Bye-bye, everyone.